become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life. The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life. The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life. The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life. The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
We welcome you back to Birmingham, Alabama, Regions Field, Day 1, Game 2 of the 2022 SWAC Baseball Tournament. With our producer, James Crenshaw, I'm Charles Edmond with Hall of Fame coach Roger Cador joining me here for Game 2. And it was an exciting first game, Coach Cador, as FAMU rallied from 4-1 down to win 5-4 in 10 innings. Now we have another type of matchup here in Game 2. A team with the second best average in the conference in Grambling, hitting .314, number 2 behind Texas Southern, against Bethune Cookman, a team that leads the league in ERA with 5.01 team earned run average. What's going to give here in game number 2?
Well, pitching always wins if that's a whole true based upon historical figures. But I like Grambling's team. I've seen them play. They swing the bat pretty good. The problem Grambling have is what most of the teams going to have is that when they have to go to their bullpen, they're going to have some issues over there. And so they need to score runs to preserve the pitching opportunity that our pitcher is going to give us today. Can't think of his name.
Shamar Page.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Page.
He's the pitcher of the year, 8-4 during the season, and he threw the 34th perfect game in collegiate baseball history during the course of the regular season. So, as you mentioned, Coach, they might be riding him as long as they can, and we'll see how far he can take them. So, Shamar Page facing Malik Stevens here in the top of the first inning. Malik, the redshirt junior from Willow Springs, North Carolina. This is game 2, and we are underway. Foul straight back, and we're underway here in this top one. Stevens at 260 during the season with 5 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Page working quickly. This pitch misses.
Well, the thing that I noticed is that, first of all, the team's records are similar, except for hitting. Grambling has a whole bunch of guys hitting over 300. Cookman only have 1. So it's all about when you get the hit that counts, you know.
There's a fly ball to left, and it's caught one away. Yeah, I mean, as Julian Murphy hauls it in, 1 down. I mean, it's good pitching versus good hitting. The question is, what will give? We saw FAMU. We talked about them as they rallied and came from behind to beat Prairie View. How their pitching just kind of kept Prairie View in check just enough where their bats got going late. And the same thing with Bethune Cookman as Matthew Garcia stands in for the Wildcats. The shortstop, pitched the low ball 1. Garcia, 293 during the regular season, 4 home runs and 33 runs batted in. In case you're just joining us, this is game 2. What an exciting first game is Florida A&M, first year in the league, first game as a member of the SWAC in terms of SWAC postseason. They come from behind to beat Prairie View in a game that either way, teams had chances and missed out on chances in that first game, but FAMU found a way. And now they will play tomorrow at 3 against the winner of our next game, which will be Jackson State and Southern. In the meantime, Prairie View, with the late start of that first game, they've got to come back here in the morning and play the loser of that Jackson Southern game. This pitch strike called.
If I was the FAMU coach, I'll make sure I take all of the base runners for Prairie View out to dinner, a steak dinner tonight. They deserve it.
Here's a shot foul down the left field line. I want to give you the umpires. Joseph Smith behind the plate. Patrick Graham, the first base umpire. Brian Clark at second. And I like to call it the third base umpire down at the rocking chair at third, Brandon Folks. Have you heard about they call the third base umpire down at the rocking chair because there's not a lot of action. There's an action here. A base hit left field off the bat of Garcia.
Look at here.
Oh, and it gets by. Extra bases, a single and at least a 1 base error, a 2 base error, and Bethune Cookman has a runner at third. A single and a 2 base error as Murphy, who had the first out, as you see here. What in the heck happened there, Coach? Didn't get the glove down or what?
I just think he lost concentration here. As you can see, it's very simple. And he played he did slip a little. His feet gave out from under him. And so.
Well, that puts Garcia to third, so a chance for the Wildcats against the best pitcher in our league, Shamar Page. It'll bring up Christopher Patterson, number 3 hitter.
Yeah, so, let's see how Cookman take advantage of the mistake.
Patterson, 333 during the season with 24 runs batted in. So a single and a 2 base error. Garcia at third with 1 out. A chance for Bethune Cookman here in the top of the first. Page brings it home. Here's a shot to shallow left's going to drop in for a base hit. Wildcats with the lead. RBI single by Patterson scores Garcia. 1-0 Wildcats. Just drop that in front of the left fielder Murphy.
Taking advantage of a mistake. Guy on runners on third base, and nice easy swing here Didn't try to do too much. And that's all you got, ask your players to do. Stay within yourself.
Patterson puts his team out on top. He had 24 RBIs during the regular year. And now it'll bring up Irvin Escobar, the catcher, throw to first. And the runner's back. Irvin Escobar, the freshman from Barcelona, Puerto Rico. Barcelona, Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
pitch swing and a miss.
Good place to get a lot of good ball players.
And during the regular season, Escobar hit .235 with a home run and 19 runs batted in. So Bethune Cookman with the early lead. Off Page, this pitch misses. Shamar Page during the course of the year, 8-4, 2.56 earned run average, 135 strikeouts in 95 innings.
One thing about the Puerto Rican kids who are catchers, they have a history of wanting to be like Bonita Santiago, Pudge Rodriguez, and the Molina brothers. They all have history. So if you go to Puerto Rico and there's a tryout, you'll find if there are 100 kids there, 50 of them are catchers. So they want to be like their countrymen.
There's a fastball swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up with it. Well, this is kind of unusual for Page. He's their best, and already and the error did hurt. I mean, the error cost them the run, obviously, but pitcher of the year in the conference behind it a little bit.
Well, errors are part of the game. You don't like to have them, especially when it was such a simple one. So he's got to fight and get out of it.
There's a off-speed pitch, check swing, and he said he went around, says the first base umpire, Patrick Graham. And down goes Escobar, 2 out. Page looks very calm. I think he understands.
Yeah.
It's all a part. He's a veteran. He's from Laurel, Mississippi.
Laurel, Mississippi, huh?
Laurel, out the Laurel-Hattiesburg area, the Golden Triangle of Mississippi.
Golden Triangle, many good athletes.
Absolutely. Manny Solfrane, the freshman from Miami. There's a ground ball in the hole. They had to shift on. The second baseman in the hole and throws out Solfrane, and the side is retired. A run on 2 hits and 1 left. Game 2, we played a half inning. In case you're just joining us, FAMU rallies and beats Prairie View at extra innings 5-4. Here, Bethune Cookman, a run on 2 hits and 1 stranded. They lead Grambling 1-0. Tigers coming up in the bottom of the first here on the SWAC Digital Network.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
Grambling's won 3 in a row coming in. They've got 5 players that made the all-conference team, and yet they're down 1-0 early as you take a look at Grambling's lineup. 5 players. Of course, you know about Page. Then you look at Terry Burrell, the freshman of the year, John Garcia, Cam Buford, and Jar Parker. All of that, as you see, part of the all-conference team for Grambling as they will face Lewis Lipat. Here's the first pitch. Strike call. We're underway.
The thing I find out, winning individual award during the regular season is fine and dandy. But boy, I tell you, when you get to this tournament, all of this is out of the window. You're going to have to prove yourself here because it's a different season. And teams play different here.
Lip threat on the mound for Bethune Cookman. He was 5-4 during the year. This is hit foul. Terry Burrell, the third, the center fielder, hit .328 during the season. Now you talk about some lofty averages. You look at the first 6 in the lineup from .328 all the way up to .403. Big bats in the lineup for Grambling. Lip threat brings it home. There's a shot up the middle, and it's a base hit. Burrell, a single to lead it off for the G-Man. It'll bring up Jar Parker, or Jarsifer Parker for Grambling. Parker hit .332 during the regular year with 3 home runs and 35 runs batted in. Roger Cato, I look at this Grambling team this year. I kind of compare them to Jackson State of last year. Big bats, big averages. They can score as many runs as they need to score to be able to win games because they have it to where they can make it happen. As Parker giving himself up here, the threat brings it home. A bunt, right side, good bunt. Pitcher fields, underhand toss. The sack is good as Burrell is second, and it'll bring up Trevor Hatton.
That's smart to give up your second hole hitter early in the game. Try to get the game tied and go from there. You mentioned Grambling team similar to Jackson of last year. I disagree with you on one part. Jackson had more pitching. Grambling doesn't have the pitching to compete with what they did.
I guess I was referring just bats to bats.
Oh, bats to bats.
Yeah. I just look at these averages and watching what Grambling has done this year, and I look at what Jackson State, and they'll be playing next. Centoria Black will have that call of the game with Southern University. I mean, I look at Jackson last year, however many runs they needed to score, they can do that, and they try to beat you in the submission. If they need to score 15 runs, they can do that, and because they had the bats to do it. And I look at this Grambling team this year, they've got lofty averages, they've got power, they can spray the ball around, and I'm kind of looking at it in the same vein. Now, the pitching obviously will sort itself out, but I was just comparing Grambling's hitting this year to Jackson State's last year. I'm kind of looking at similarities between those two.
I got you. That makes it a little different. Now I understand what you're trying to say, sir.
And of course, Jackson and Southern coming up next. I wonder what will be going through Coach Cador's mind in Delhi when that game rolls around. He got a little testy when he started talking about the last game. He kind of got – the coach came out in him when we broke that one down. I don't know if I need to go there again. Centoria Black, you can do that with Centoria Black. He's got the next one. I'm going to get me some popcorn and peanuts and enjoy that one because that's going to be fun to watch. Those two rivals in baseball, and you can probably speak to it, Coach, in the next game, just the stories, you and Brady going back and forth and Omar going back and forth. And there's probably 1,000,001 stories you could share on that rivalry.
Well, it's not 1,000,001, but a lot of stories. Just that Jackson with Brady, just that, man, it's just so many things that the ups and downs and the change of swing of emotion. What a good piece of hitting.
Foul off to the right side. Yeah, just missed it down the right side. So that game's coming up. We're gonna save the Coach Cador stories for the next game because I'm sure he will have a bunch of them. This game here could be entertaining. You've got a team that likes to play fast in Grambling, one of the best hitting teams in the league against the #1 pitching team in the conference in Bethune Cookman. What will give here in game 2? At a low-scoring game 1, what will game 2 bring? Ref at the belt brings it home. Fastball just misses.
I got to admire the pitcher. He's trying to pitch away here because Mr. Peter Patterson, I'm sorry, Hatter. Hatter is getting a foot in the bucket. He got, notice how he's trying to step up, put his left foot in the bucket, so he's trying to hit the outside corner.
Brad brings it home.
You
Tries
see
to
that?
poke it to the right side.
Yeah.
This might be close at second. The throw is there. Man, that was a slow dribbler to the right side. And
But you could
close
see
play
what
at
I was
second.
trying to point out. You know, the pitcher is smart. Look right here. He's put his in the bucket, so now all he could do is swing with his arm.
Mason throws him out, 2 away. So the runner to third. And now Grambling with an opportunity to tie it up here. Burrell singled, then a sacrifice and a ground ball, and he's at third for John Garcia. All conference. We got
There
a
it
wild
is.
pitch.
This
Runner
is
trying
why-
to score and the throw home. That's thrown away. We got a tie game.
Whoa, he was a little late there. That's why you got to get him in scoring position. You can score a lot more ways at third base than second.
Yeah. Yeah. 1-1 game.
Love that chatter in there. Oh, he was going back and slipped. Wow, he's fortunate he made it.
Well, Lip
A
Rat.
good throw, he's out.
Yeah, the throw was offline, and Lip Threat had 7 wild pitches during the season. So this one ties it up at 1. With John Garcia started 50 of 52 games as the Tiger catcher.
I can only, if some of my former players are listening and would run on third base and they knew how I had them to do it. You know, you never want to go back until the catcher catches the ball. He was going back before the catcher caught the ball.
Yeah.
And we scored so many runs from third base without the benefit of a hit because we practiced doing it right. And kids believed in it. And you have to help them to believe in it. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of the stuff are lost in baseball. Coaches just don't do them anymore. I get it. You got me? Like bunting. A lot of coaches don't bunt anymore. But those are part of baseball that's still relevant. And it can help you win by Grambling good hitting.
And like right there, a good piece of hitting by Garcia, taking that pitch the other way, a single in the right field.
And the fact that Grambling got that, bunted the guy to second, he got to third, and there's so many ways you can score from third without a benefit of a hit.
Yeah, that's what, you know, when you score a run without a hit, that's what I call manufacturing a run. I don't even know if they use that phrase anymore.
They still use it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's you just created it. It's just
Yeah.
a walk, a HBP. Cameron Buford stands in, 327 all-conference performer with 51 runs batted in. This pitch strike called. So a leadoff single by Burrell. The key here, Parker with the sack. The ground ball that hadn't moved Burrell to third. The wild pitch brought him home, and now Garcia singled to keep the inning going. 1-1 game, bottom of the first inning here in Birmingham. Ooh, a big swing and a miss here. Grambling had 5 players in the all-conference team. They went 20-10 in the conference. Davin Pierre, the interim head coach at Grambling, was named interim after longtime head coach James Cooper left the program to work in the Yankees organization. This pitch is low. You got to be happy for him. I mean, not only did he get to the next level, he got with one of the most storied franchises in baseball history, the New York Yankees.
I got to talk to Cooper last week, and he's so happy
Yeah.
with being able to learn so many things that the organization is teaching him.
I mean, you can't beat it. And then I saw some pictures on social media yesterday, swing and a miss. He pitching to Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. Who else? It's a who's who down there in Tampa.
Yeah.
Well, that takes care of the G-men. They tie the game, a run on 2 hits. He had a wild pitch and a 1 stranded. Both teams have stranded 1, and both teams with a 1. 1-1. We go to the second inning. When we come back, it will be Boris Pena leading it off, Jeremy Garcia, and Jan Reyes coming up for Bethune Cookman. 6, 7, and 8. Charles Edmond, Roger Cador here. Just approaching the halfway point of day 2. Jackson Southern coming up. Bama State, Texas Southern coming up. Second inning coming up in 1 minute.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
Visit the official Tournament Central website, SWAC.org. On that site, you can get game previews, as well as photo galleries, team rosters, stats, live stats, links, and a lot more. Go to SWAC.org for more information. Our producer, James Crenshaw, on the cameras, Des Rogers, Lauren Sutton, and Roosevelt Smith, Roger Cador, Charles Edmond here. Glad you can join us from Birmingham. A check swing here. They check it first. First baseman, umpire Graham says he did go around. We are underway here in the top of the second inning here in Birmingham, Alabama. Boris Pena leading it off for the Wildcats, facing the pitcher of the year, Shamar Page. The check swing. Pena hit .228 during the year, 3 home runs, 14 runs batted in. This is the first meeting, Coach Cador, between these two teams on the baseball field since 2011. Wow. That's the last time these two teams have met on the diamond. This pitch inside. It's been a long time since these two teams have met.
And they could have been in an Irvin Invitation that they met. That's probably when they met. We were playing in the Irvin Invitation before it's called Andre Dawson.
Call third strike here as Pena caught looking. Second strikeout by Page.
Page is pretty good when he keeps his ball down low. I like the movement his ball has when he's down in the zone.
When he's good, what's working for him? Why is he good when he's good?
He got the second pitch. He can spin it, throw his fastball, then he can throw a slider.
Jeremy Garcia stands in for the Wildcats. The freshman hit .261 during the season with 10 runs batted in. We are in the top of the second inning, 1-1 game. This is a slice foul off to the left side. Foul and out of play.
Notice the thing that we've noticed with the good pitchers that pitch today. They catch the ball and throw it.
Yeah.
They're not playing around, and that keeps the defense on their toes.
Page brings this one home. Foul straight back. What we saw early in game 1, these pitchers aren't fooling around, Roger Cador. They're getting it. They're throwing it, and they're not wasting a lot of time. I'm just interested, to get your take on that last game that we saw how players early in the game, here's a ground ball foul, players were jumping on the first pitch.
Yeah.
But later in the game, we didn't see a lot of that.
Right. Things change. I want to clarify something before I come back to answer this. I said they want to be on their toes. You want to be on the ball of your feet.
Uh-huh.
That's the best way to play defense. On the ball of your feet, not actually on your toes, okay?
You want to be flat-footed.
Notice that ball move when it's down. That's the thing I've been noticing. When he keeps his pitches down, it has a lot of sink. And that's what is going to give Bethune-Cookman problem.
Shamar Page struck out 135 during the year. He's got 3 already.
Look at this. Look how that ball sinks. Not bad. He'll get 10 today, I feel like.
Well, he's got 3 already.
Look at that good curveball. So I think because he's got 2 quality pitches, he ought to, fare out pretty good.
Number 8 hitter Jan Reyes hit 143 during the year with an RBI. This pitch strike called.
And then the other good thing he's got going for him, the park is pretty spacious. So they're not going to hit a bunch of balls out of here. Somebody got to hit one right down the line, either left or right field to get it out.
Well, he's working the entire plate here, Roger Cador. That was on the outside corner, and Page 1 pitch away from striking out the side. Pitch is low, 2-2. 1-1 game.
Page has a good idea what he's trying to accomplish. He got 2 strikes, no ball. He threw that pitch down. I like that. Let's see what he does here.
Just got a piece of it. The number 8 hitter Reyes for Bethune Cookman here in this top of the 2nd inning. 2 more games coming up. Jackson State, Southern, Bama State, Texas Southern. Texas Southern led the nation in stolen bases with 220 during the year. That'll be an interesting matchup. Dribbler to second. Inning over. So that takes care of an inning and a half. 1-1 game. When we come back, Grambling will have Julian Murphy, Keelan Mack, Aries Gardner, 6, 7, and 8 coming up after this. Timeout from Birmingham. Glad you can join us here on the SWAC Digital Network.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Gatorade is a proud supporter of the SWAC. When you give everything, Gatorade gives it back. Life is a sport. Drink it up. Gatorade, proud supporter of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. The left fielder, Julian Murphy, leading it off for the G-men here in Birmingham. Quick bat here, and he fouls it off to the right side. We're underway, bottom of the 2nd inning. Murphy hit 349 during the season, 2 home runs and 40 runs batted in.
Had a good bit of runs batted in.
Check swing, pitches inside. Grambling interim coach Davin Pierre really doing a good job with this team, taking over on the fly.
Sometimes that's the best way. You don't have time to think about it a lot.
Yeah.
I
mean, of course, James Cooper could not turn down an opportunity of a lifetime to work in the Yankees organization.
No, he couldn't do that.
But for Coach Pierre, just coming in, here's a ground ball to second. The throw is right there. 1 away as Hullison throws out Murphy. And he's been with Grambling and Coach Cooper in the program for 13 years. So, as they say, he's been there, done that, bought the T-shirt or 2. So he knows what it takes, and it's just a matter of, putting his stamp on this baseball program as Keelan Mack stands in. The DH, Mack hit 290 during the year, 8 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Mack swing and a miss.
Coach Pierre did call me. One of the first people he called was me, wanted to ask me about what does it take to be a successful head coach? I said, hard work and some luck. I said, you fool around and get some recruits and organize them, develop them. That'll help you.
Well, as a coach yourself, Southern and Grambling were such great rivals. You had the longtime great Wilbert Ellis, was the coach at Grambling for many years. You had Coach Cooper there. Barrett Ray was the head coach at Grambling. And now Coach Pierre. When you thought about Grambling, when you faced Grambling, what was the one constant as Southern's coach when you faced the G-men?
Well, it was always competitive, even though.
Another ground ball to second and quickly 2 away as Ollison throws out Mack. 2 away and Gardner coming up, the number 8 hitter.
Even though the games were extremely competitive, it was just something about the rivalry that brought out something in everybody. Some things I can't mention on TV that really was just beautiful. And when you look at it in context, it was beautiful that, some of those things were happening. And it was no attitude. Nobody took it as a insult, you know what I mean?
Just a friendly rivalry.
Friendly rivalry. Yeah. We understood. It went back hundreds of years. Well, a couple of hundred years.
Gardner hit 326 during the year as he stands in. Here's a ground ball foul. Just remember the stuff that Grambling back in the day, just my memories. Many people might not know that the New York Yankees made, I think, a couple of trips to Grambling.
That's right.
To play a baseball game. George Steinbrenner's New York Yankees. I was there to see one of them. And just the relationship with the late Eddie Robinson, that's how that happened. And, of course, the Grambling facility, just the tradition of that program and the success that they've had. So, Coach Kador, which is a crazy question, but which was the bigger rivalry? Was it Southern Grambling or Southern Jackson State? Is that a crazy question?
No.
There's a pitch swing and a miss. We're going to hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. We're going to come back to that coming up here as Gardner strikes out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for this pitcher Lipthrath. And we'll take it to the bottom of the second inning, the top of the third, I should say. 1-1. Top three coming up from Birmingham. This is the SWAC Digital Network.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Chevy is a proud supporter of the Southwestern Athletic Conference and historically black colleges and universities. Charles Edmond here, head coach Roger Kador, and there's the all-conference individual awards. Jose Vasquez, we'll see him later on. Coach of the year, you've got Corey King of Bama State, Brenton Fisher of Bethune Cookman, Trey Burrell, and of course Shamar Page. Here's a ground ball to short, 1 pitch, 1 out. We are underway. Austin hit 246 during the year with 17 runs batted in. And Page now has set down 6 in a row. And we go to the top of the lineup in Malik Stevens. All right, Coach Kador, here we go. Let's get back to it here. We talked about it coming out of the break for Southern University. in your opinion, which was the bigger rival, Jackson State or Grambling?
I would say Jackson State. Let me tell you
Wow.
why.
Okay.
Because all those years, it was Jackson and Southern playing for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we played and we played and we fought and we fought. And it was just so beautiful, you know.
Beautiful and nerve-wracking?
I don't know how
getting-
nerve-wracking. I really don't know because as I think back, I don't consider them as nerve-wracking. It was just, you know, players. So many good players, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just, in my opinion, that was the better rivalry because you look at, if you're playing for all of them all, but at the end of the day, it's a good rivalry.
Yeah.
And from 1986 to 2001, we played for them every year except for 3 times. That tells you.
That is kind of a surprise because, I mean, maybe I'm just assuming 2 schools in Louisiana. You know, as a Grambling guy myself, all I heard was Southern, 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 Southern. That's all I heard as a Gramblingite. But in baseball, obviously, I mean, and you're right. I mean, you and Brady were in each other's way for so long. It was unbelievable. Well, this pitch up and in, as Stevens tried to get out of the way of it. Interesting.
Once we got out of 85, Grambling, last year they won the championship in the Ellis. We were able to put our foot on their neck. I hate to use the word.
Oh, my goodness. I thought we were a family show here. Here's a bobble at third, pickup, throw, close, and out at first. Bang, bang, play.
What a good play.
That was Burrell at third. Let's take a look at it here. This is where you got to be patient and don't panic. Because if you panic, you don't break down, you don't make a good throw, it doesn't matter. But he didn't panic.
He got the throw there.
He got the throw there.
And the umpire waited for it to develop. Yeah, Charles, I didn't mean it negatively.
Yeah.
But once we were able to put the foot on the neck, which in reality we wouldn't let them come up, you know, for some air. Once we got started, let me tell you what really happened that got me going. In 85, the year my son was born, playing for the championship in Houston, Texas. Grambling against Southern. We were playing for the championship my first year. Very first year as the coach, we played for the championship. Grambling had a really good team. And Grambling was up about 8 runs on us in the championship game. And they did a hit and run. And they laughed.
Here's a fly ball to third, and the catch is made there.
I got to finish this one, Charles,
Yeah.
because when we come back.
Burrell hauls it in, side retire. Go ahead.
And they laughed, and it was funny. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. My players were angry. I said, let's just finish the game. There'll be a time we'll get them back. And that stuck, and I just never held it as a grudge, but I held it as a reminder that that's what they did to a lesser team when they had us down. You got me?
So that was fuel.
Yeah, he fueled it. I just fueled it.
Yeah.
So, and every year they got close, and it was with us. You know.
Wow, great stories from the great Roger Cador here, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd inning as Grambling will have David Valoy Jr. leading it off. Burrell and Parker coming up after this from Birmingham on the SWAC Digital Network.
Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Cricket is keeping you connected to the things that matter most with the best plans, smile-worthy deals, and a reliable nationwide network. Visit your local Cricket store today. James Crenshaw, producer. Des Rogers on the camera with Lauren Sutton and Roosevelt Smith. Roger Cador, Charles Edmond here. Centauria Black will be in this seat the next 2 games. Southern and Jackson, Bama State, Texas Southern. It should be an entertaining back half of day 1.
Watch out.
Here's a foul off to the left side. David Valoy Jr. hit 296 during the season with 19 runs batted in. The line score, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Bethune Cookman. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for the G-Men. 1-1 game. 2 low-scoring games to start here. FAMU, Prairie View, low scoring. And this low scoring to start. Is this a surprise, Roger Cador?
Not really, because of the pitching matchup. Remember what I mentioned in the first game. All of the games played today where their Friday night starters are pitching, I expect low-scoring games.
Mm-hmm. Here's a chopper up the middle, behind second. Good throw. 1 out. Just throwing across his body. Garcia, solid throw. 1 away, and now that's 5 in a row set down by the threat. Well, do you expect game 3, Jackson State, Southern? Do you expect that to be a low-scoring game?
Yes, I
You
really do. Yeah, because of the pitching matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know you wore Grambling night.
I am actually.
That's a good thing. For all those years, I thought you actually graduated from Alco.
No, I went to Grambling. My father did. It was a Grambling grad.
Okay.
I got in Grambling through the side door. I did, but for those listening who are educators and youngsters in high school, please take the standardized test seriously. I didn't, and darn near didn't get into Grambling. I had an open admissions policy at the time.
Southern did too. That's how I got in. I never took the standardized test.
I'll share this story. I took the ACT and I didn't take it seriously. You know what I scored on it? A 12.
That's good.
That's good. Here's a fly ball down the right side, and it is foul.
He caught it.
Oh, he caught it. Wow, good play there at right. Let's see. I couldn't see the angle here. Down the right side. Man, it's good camera work. Good play up against the wall. Nice play. 2 out. Good job in right field by Patterson.
I was messing with you. I knew 12 was a very low score. That was all
That was ridiculously low score.
I scored a 0, so you were 12 points higher
Oh,
than
my
me.
goodness. Here's a fly ball into right. Patterson again hauls it in. The side is retired. And what I didn't know about that, Roger Cador, I scored a 12, and you get 8 points for just signing your name.
Wow.
So what does that tell you?
You told me you signed your name right.
That's about all I did, sign my name right. Folks, we'll take a break here. We'll be right back. 4th inning coming up, 1-1 game here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Yeah, at Regions Field in Birmingham, Alabama, they've turned the lights on here. So far, the rain is held off. We started game one at 12:30, and let's hope it continues as we roll along here in game number 2. We are in the top of the 4th inning, 1-1 game, kind of what we expected. Christopher Patterson will lead it off. His RBI single scored Garcia to give the Wildcats an early lead. Grambling has since tied it. Pitches low, 1-1. Bethune Cookman, their head coach Jonathan Hernandez in his 4th season. You know, they lost a year and a half, coach, this baseball program due to COVID. I want to ask you about that because, of course, we all have been dealing with it, trying to work around it, trying to work through it. Here's the pitch fouled off to the right side. Did the softball tournament a couple of weeks ago. Their softball team, the Lady Wildcats, didn't play last year due to COVID, and that was a challenge. How tough is that, Coach? If you were coaching today and you had to deal with COVID, season lost, and they only had 8 returning players. Here's a fly ball in the deep left center field. This ball is well hit, but it's going to be caught. Very spacious out here. A nice running catch in center by Burrell, 1 away.
Durrell looked good going back on that ball. I like the way he chased that ball down.
Let's take a look at it here. Looked like it was well hit, put a charge into it.
Yeah. But all of his mechanics are right. He did his mechanics right. That's what I look for. What is his mechanics right, you know?
Pitch is low. So, coaching, if you were coaching in this COVID era, having to deal with testing last year at this time, we're dealing with testing and trying to be safe and trying to have a roster. How would you have dealt with it? If you were coaching in this COVID era that we're still kind of dealing with these days. There's another foul off to the right side.
It would be quite simple for me because I'll follow the protocol. Whatever the protocol is, I follow it and do the best I can with it. That's all you can do. You can't alter anything. You got me?
Yeah.
You can't go against the system. They won't let you because then you're putting the health issues, people in the health situation. So I just follow the protocol.
What would have been the speech to your team? I mean, I've heard different coaches just preach like, please stay safe, please wear your mask. And they're encouraging that now as cases are continuing to go up a little bit here. There's a pitch swing and a miss. But just preaching to the players to stay safe and do the best you can.
Do the best you can. You know your safety is important. We can't make you do certain things, but we can inform you and plead with you. You got me?
There's a ground ball. Ooh, it took a funny hop over the glove of third. Extra bases maybe. Escobar gets in with a double. That's a tough break there for Grambling as Burrell was right there. Might have hit a rock or a pebble, Coach, because that usually would not have happened as we take a look at it.
I would hope there's not a rock on this field. Let's see, did it hit the lip? Yep,
yeah,
hit
did.
The lip. There you go. That'd be the only thing it could have done.
Yeah, hit the lip, and as a coach, you see that, you just say that's baseball.
That's baseball. Every now and then the ball does hit those lips.
So runner at second, so double for Escobar, a chance for the Wildcats to grab the lead. Page brings it in. This is just misses ball 1. But we're definitely, last year, I mean, we talked about it, Alabama State.
Yeah.
Pretty much their, 2/3 of their roster last year lost due to COVID, and as they got deeper in the tournament, had about 12 or 13 players available. There's a foul off to the left side, so that's tough, obviously, but just, just a different environment that we're in these days.
And sure. I think they came because they weren't too far from Madison, Alabama, or Huntsville, but they knew they had no chance of winning because they didn't have any players. You got me? They had 13 players. How are you going to be able to win? So. And 6 of his starters, 7 of them, were not available to him.
Yeah.
So it was a no-win situation.
Page at the belt. So Cookman, a runner in scoring position. He whirls back towards second. 1-1 game here. Low scoring. Top of the fourth inning. We've got Jackson State and Southern coming up next. Centoria Black bringing you that one. He's doing Grambling Radio as we speak. And then later, Bama State, Texas Southern. Bama State winning the East. Coach Vasquez taking the place a few years in for longtime Coach Merville Melendez, who was a very successful baseball coach for this program. Bethune Cookman won 12 MEAC championships, bunch of regional appearances. Page brings it home, and this is low. And the catcher doing a good job here, Roger Cador, of keeping the ball in front of him, and that's key.
Even Page, when he tries to overthrow, he's erratic. That's why you have to try and stay within yourself. And the catcher's got to do the job. Keep him. Hey, relax. Come to me. I got you. You know.
So
the catcher plays such a prominent role in helping pitchers maintain their composure.
Page to Sofrain.
There you go. Swing. Good pitch.
What do you think about Shamar Page in terms of his chances at the next level? I mean, pitcher of the year in the conference. What do you see there?
I don't want to talk about it because, I don't want people to think I'm negative on him.
Okay.
I don't see enough yet that would make me think with 20 rounds in the draft, there's only 20 rounds, that he'll be a boy that somebody would draft. You got me? Mm-hmm. Because there's so many high school kids and junior college kids, and then you got your Division I, and it's just so many players.
Borderline pitch, and Page didn't get the call, and Page is wondering what that was about from the home plate umpire.
It appears to be a little low.
Let's take a look at it if we can. Borderline pitch.
It appears to be just down. Let's see. Yeah, it was a little low.
Yeah. Catcher tried to frame it.
Yeah. So, Charles, so that's what goes on. When people talk to me about the draft, I talk to them about what with 20, it used to be 50 rounds. With 50, guy got a chance.
Yeah.
Now it's 20. You know how many people are not going to be able to get drafted?
Yeah.
Now, does he have a chance to play pro ball? Yes. I want to explain that. There's a league that MLB created that is operated by Kerrick Jackson, who is the former coach at Southern, that he can go participate in. And if he does well there, then someone else can seek to sign him as a free agent.
So there's opportunities.
There is opportunities. And I wanted to.
Uh-oh, here's a long fly ball, deep left field, track, wall, gone. Home run. Boris Pena, the DH, touches them all. And he got all of that one. There was no doubt. A 3-run home run off of Shamar Page, and the Wildcats lead 4-1.
Boy, he left that one over the plate.
And not much that the left fielder Murphy can do, but watch it sail over the wall. Boris Pena, the DH. And now, all of a sudden, we have Jonathan Hernandez. Is not happy with what just took place in terms of, and I don't know what to say about that, maybe the celebration.
It's probably only thing I could see is something about the celebration,
Well, Jonathan.
And I noticed that he's writing something, so it's got to be about the celebration.
I think he's been warned. Jonathan Hernandez in his 4th season. Of course, his team lost a year and a half due to COVID. Only 8 returning players. They got two of the top 10 pitchers in terms of ERA in this league. So they've got the arms, and now they just flashed the bats with Pena. How about that pitch? Oh, yeah, he got it up. Clearly. No doubt. 4-1 Wildcats on 3 hits And Garcia at the plate. Now, how does Shamar Page battle back here, Roger Cador?
Well, he's got to regain his composure and pitch down in the zone. Remember, that pitch was up. When he was effective, we talked about earlier, he was down in the zone sinking his fastball. So he's got to rekindle this his ability to pitch down in the zone. They're still in good shape with 4 runs.
And we know this Grambling team, they have a 314 team average, so they can score.
Yeah. Yeah, they can score.
Pena, during the regular season, you just look at what he's done. 3 home runs and 14 runs batted in during the year. But a 3-run blast here to give the Wildcats a 4-1 lead here in the 4th inning. Ground ball to short, and the throw is right there.
Let me tell you, you can read all the stats you want about what they did in the regular season. This is all that matters right now. Like Pena he only hit 2 during this regular season. Of course, he just connected. Made a mistake and he hit it. And that's where teams win, when they're able to take advantage of the other team's mistake.
And that was Page did leave it out over the plate. The number 8 hitter Reyes at the plate, grounded to second. Strike called here. 4-1, Bethune Cookman over Grambling. Here in game 2. Wildcats facing the pitcher of the year is a fly ball right center field. And it's going to be caught in right side, is retired by Hatton. But a double, a walk, a home run. So 3 runs, 2 hits, a walk, and nobody left. We will take a break here. Grambling down 4-1 after 3.5. Tigers will have 3, 4, and 5. Hatton, Garcia, and Buford coming up on the SWAC Digital Network.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
As you can see, this game has been halted. We've been told that it's lightning in the area. We've been looking at the forecast all day long, and we kind of felt around the 5 or 6 o'clock hour that this would happen. And we see a few raindrops against the mirror here. So this game at 5:19 has been halted due to lightning, and we see some rain coming. And it is expected to get here. We kind of knew this would be the case. The question is, how long will we be socked in for? So that's what you see right now as they're pulling the tarp on the field at this time. 4-1 our score. Bethune Cookman, the big bat, 3-run home run by Boris Pena off of Shamar Page to give the Wildcats a 4-1 lead. Grambling coming up in the bottom of the 4th inning. Charles Edmond, Roger Cador here, and Coach, as we kind of recap what we've seen so far, let's start with the game prior to this one, which was Prairie View and Florida A&M. A lot of opportunities as you see that home run there by Pena. But in the first game, it was a good game, a low-scoring game, a lot of runners left on the bases, a lot of opportunities for both teams. But what about the Rattlers rattling back from a 4-1 deficit to win the game? What do you think about FAMU in their first game as a SWAC member in the postseason baseball, getting it done.
I think what happened in game one is a typical situation was what happened to schools like Prairie View. They didn't develop a bullpen. During the regular season, you can maybe ride Maldonado into winning that game in the conference. But in the tournament, it doesn't operate that way. You need a bullpen if you're going to have any measure of success. And so what I say to young people all the time when they question me is find a way to develop bullpen, develop pitchers. That's the only way you can win. So Prairie View has got to work at that, find a way to develop some arms, and improve their base running on their base running mistakes. I think they made so many base running mistakes that took them out of innings, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough loss there for the Panthers, and they'll be back at 9 o'clock. It's going to be interesting, Coach, here because of the weather, the starts and the stops. We already, the game one was supposed to start at 9, started at 12:30. We're not even halfway or barely halfway through game 2. You got 2 more games coming up, and then you got day 2 stuff coming. So it's going to be interesting with how the SWAC deals with this weather and just trying to play it out and try to get caught up as best as they can. You know, if there's any alternative fields, I understand UAB might be available. If you fall further behind where you got to play at different sites to get caught up, we'll definitely be following that. But in this game, Coach, pitcher of the year, Shamar Page.
Yeah, well, he made a big mistake, and he's only made one mistake. He left a pitch up in the zone and got hit out by Pena, I guess it was Pena, that hit it out, and only hit 2 home runs during the course of the year. But they only matter when you hit them in the tournament because you're playing for more. You got more at stake now.
How much now, clearly for Grambling head coach Davin Pierre, you got your best pitcher. Now you've got a delay. He's going to be sitting around. He just gave up a 3-run home run. So what do you think the strategy is in terms of if or when we do resume play? Is it a tough decision for him to put your pitcher of the year back out there, knowing what just happened, or is it just kind of a wait and see thing?
The odds are I wouldn't put him back if it's an hour delay. 30 minutes, yes. An hour, you're taking a chance.
Well, minimum, this is going to be a minimum 30-minute delay because of lightning. They just put the tarp back on, so we can probably
Well, it's not lightning. They saw the rain coming.
Well, okay, so the minimum is
it's
probably
still going to be 30 minutes.
Yeah, minimum 30 minutes.
There's no way they could do it. They're not going to pull the tarp off the field based upon they're concerned about if the infield get wet, they can't play anymore. It's hard to. So they're not going to do anything with that. I think we're stuck with the possibility of maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock.
So it's longer than 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
I guess my point is
You're talking about the pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he'll do. I wouldn't do it, but people are trying to win.
Yeah.
He's trying to get a contract. He's an interim coach. You got me? So he may be saying, I'm going to try to – he'll talk to the kid, say, how you feel? What you think the kid going to say? I'm okay, coach. So he sticks him back out there.
We'll see. The rain has started to come down here, as you can see.
I think they made a smart decision, got it on right in time.
Yes, right in time.
Yeah.
So we are minimum 30 minutes, looks like a little bit longer than that. And so what we'll do is we'll pause here, and we'll come back when we resume action. But at 5:19, this game was halted. They put the tarp on. They got it in just in time. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Grambling will be coming to bat. They're down 4-1 here to Bethune Cookman, and we've got 2 more games coming up after this. Jackson Southern and Bama State, Texas Southern. That's coming up after this one. So stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date on the weather situation. For our producer, James Crenshaw, our camera folks, I'm sure they're being safe at this time, Lauren Sutton, as well as Des Rogers, Roosevelt Smith, Roger Cador, Charles Edmond here. We are in a weather delay, minimum 30 minutes, probably longer, light, steady rain falling at the moment. We'll be back in a little bit here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life. Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
And we welcome you back to Birmingham, where we had a 36-minute delay. As you can see, the sun is out, and the first pitch in the bottom of the fourth, a fly ball to center off the bat of Hatton, caught in center, one away by Reyes. We're resumed action here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Charles Edmond, Roger Cador, James Crenshaw, producer here at Regions Field. A 36-minute delay. We had some light rain. They covered the field. They got the tarp off, and here we go as John Garcia stands in for Grambling. Single to right his last time up. The big bat in this game with two on, Boris Pena, the DH, had 3 home runs during the regular year, Roger Cador, and he sent one out of here. That's the difference, 4-1.
And it was a really good swing on a pitch that the pitcher for Grambling left over the plate. Oh, good play right here.
That's a good range. 2 away as the shortstop Garcia quickly 2 away. As we can take a look at it here.
You see, one thing, the quality of defense has been outstanding from the 3 shortstop we've seen.
Yeah.
All 4 of them.
Yeah.
Really have been outstanding. So I've got to give him kudos to that. And, defense has been a big part thus far. And when pitchers are throwing strikes, defenses are usually better.
There's Buford jumping on the first pitch. Shallow right center, inning over. Just like that, Buford flies to Reyes. 3 up and 3 down, and that is 10 in a row, 10 straight retired by this pitcher, Lipath. And we'll take a break here. We go to the 5th inning. Grambling down 4-1 to Bethune Cookman. When we come back, the Wildcats will have 9-1-2. Lawson, Stevens, and Garcia coming up after this on the SWAC Digital Network.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Welcome back. We are live here at Regions Field. The Wildcats coming up in the top of the 5th inning. Shamar Page coming back out after the 36-minute delay. Fastball strike called. You surprised Roger Cato that he has returned after a 36-minute delay?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm not surprised. I'm sure Grambling had no choice but to. And they were fortunate it was only 36 minutes, so they were going to bring him back out. He's their number one guy. They're going to go with him and try to get back in that game, and hopefully they can get it late and he can start dominating again.
Lawson, this is outside. Do you think there was any conversation between
No.
Grambling coaches and Page? This is the postseason. Things get, analyzed, overanalyzed, micromanaged. It's just part of the game, right?
Oh, yeah, he was going to go with him.
There's a ground ball too short, and the throw is right there, one away.
I just, I know they don't have nobody close to his quality, so they're going to sink and swim with him. But Grambling can come back and tie this game, and keeping him in the game could prove beneficial. You got me?
Yeah.
Because we only in the 5th inning. They get a couple of hits, go tie this game up, go ahead, and they got that number one guy in there. So that's what they're thinking. We could come back and tie this thing, take a lead. We got our main.
And this Grambling team second in the league in average behind Texas Southern at 314. So this is a team that can hit the baseball for sure.
Right.
So they feel like it's a long way to go, and we're not out of it. Here's a hook foul down the left side.
That's exactly what they're thinking. We're not out of it. We've done it many times during the course of the year, come back from a 3-run deficit.
Well, in Grambling's last series against Pine Bluff, they were down 13-5. And they came back and won 18-13.
Ooh.
So that's, that tells you, if that doesn't get your attention, the fact this Grambling team can score. Here's a curve call, third strike. The knees buckled. Stevens caught looking. Let's take a look at that one again. And that is the 4th strikeout for Page.
That was a real good hook. Look at that baby right there.
Call third strike from home plate umpire Joseph Smith. 2 away, it'll bring up Matthew Garcia. Garcia singled. And a 2-base error got him to third, and he flied to third. Head coach Jonathan Hernandez of the Wildcats in their 4th season. There's a ground ball up the middle, base hit. Garcia, 2 for 3.
Good swing right there. Stayed right on top of it, went right up the middle. Well, a little right center field, but.
Christopher Patterson at the plate, 1 for 2, RBI single, and fly to center. This Bethune Cookman program, we talked about the COVID deal. Of course, their softball team didn't play last year due to COVID. There was a lot of, obviously, moving pieces there, and it's been a year and a half for Bethune Cookman baseball after dealing with COVID as well. So just some interesting things to deal with, fastball inside here. But to see the team bounce back, to see players come back, to see the coaches stay with it, and you look at this, you look at this Bethune Cookman team, they're right there, the number 3 seed in the East, first year in the conference, solid year for them as they went 19-11 in the division.
And they played a really competitive schedule.
Pitch outside and throw to first. I tell you what, in the state of Florida, you've got so much good baseball there. You got Miami, Florida, Florida International, Florida State. I mean, you can just go on and on.
Stinson.
Stinson.
University of Tampa.
North Florida, Tampa, South Florida. I mean, you can never really, just like Texas, you can, outside of conference games, Texas Southern and Prairie View, good quality baseball in Texas, you can not really leave the state of Texas. Just the same here for Florida, Coach. You can not leave the state of Florida and play some quality baseball in the Sunshine State.
That's right. Yeah.
Patterson 1 for 2. His RBI single made it 1-0. He flied to center. Garcia at first. 4-1 Wildcats. They have a runner on first.
Hold up.
Here's the pitch, misses outside. Four runs, 5 hits for the Wildcats. A run, 2 hits, 1 error for Grambling. The big bat in this game, a 3-run home run by Boris Pena in the top of the 4th inning. Page brings it home. Ball to first, inning over. So 3 unassisted on the ground ball. A harmless ground ball to Gardner. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Grambling just 2 hits. The number 2 team in terms of batting average, just 1 run on 2 hits so far. And they're down 4-1 with Murphy, Mack, and Gardner, 6, 7, and 8 coming up after this. Timeout on the SWAC Digital Network.
Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Back here in Birmingham at Regents Field, we had a 36-minute weather delay. Looks like it's partly sunny skies at the moment. It's cooled off a little bit here in Birmingham. All right, Grambling, second highest batting average in the conference during the regular year. Just a run on 2 hits so far. Facing Lipath, and we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-1. Bethune Cookman, the big blow, the 3-run home run by Boris Pena as Murphy at the plate. And this pitcher, the bat throwing strikes. Murphy grounded to second his last time up. This pitch swing and a miss. And the throw is there. That's a wild pitch and strikeout if you're scoring at home. It did get away, but then the strikeout. 1 away, and that's 11 in a row set down by this pitcher, Louis Lipath. 1 away. England Mack stands in, grounded to second his last time up. Righty brings it home. Strike call on the inside corner. Lip threat, 5 and 4 during the year. Earned run average 3.98. This pitch strike called, and he's throwing strikes. Oh, 0-2 the count to the number 7 hitter Mack, the DH. Working from the belt, he brings it home. High fly ball into right. And it's going to be caught right off the line, 2 away. As Patterson hauls it in, and that's 12 in a row set down. When we say 12 or 11 or 10 in a row set down, this pitcher has retired 12 straight batters. It'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Aries Gardner, struck out his last time up. Lip threat working from the stretch with nobody on base. Pitch strike called. Quiet inning so far for Grambling. They're down 4-1, bottom of the 5th inning, 2 out, bases empty. This pitch misses outside. Game 2, in case you missed Game 1, which started at 12:30, the number 2 seed Florida A&M beat the 3 seed Panthers in 10 innings, 5-4. The Rattlers came back from 4-1 down, won it in the bottom of the 10th inning. So now FAMU will play tomorrow at 3 against the winner of the next game, Jackson State Southern. Prairie View will be back here in the morning to take on the loser of that game. Count is 2-2. To Aries Gardner, the first baseman. Lip threat at the belt, brings it home. Just missed, full count. Lip threat walking towards his team's dugout down the first base side. Take a look at that pitch. Ooh. Borderline. Full count. Evan Pierre, interim head coach of Grambling State University, coaching down at third. His team's down 4-1 to Bethune Cookman. Second meeting ever between these two on the baseball diamond. The pitch, inside, ball 4. So that breaks the string of 12 straight. It'll bring up David Valoy Jr. He grounded to short his last time up. The line score, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Grambling. They've left 1. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Bethune Cookman. They've left 1. This pitch outside, ball 1. Chevy is a proud supporter of the SWAC and historically black colleges and universities. We are live here at Regents Field, home of the 2022 SWAC baseball tournament. Next year, in case you're planning ahead, we'll be at Wesley Barrow Stadium in New Orleans next year for the 2023 SWAC baseball tournament. This pitch just misses. Looking forward to heading down to the Crescent City. Count is 2-0. 4-1. Bethune Cookman with the lead. The threat brings it home. Strike call on the inside corner. Lloyd didn't like the call. 2-1. Grambling, 5 players made the all-conference team. His team's won 3 in a row coming in. One of the hotter teams. His pitch fouled straight back. He was jammed. Jackson State's won 6 in a row. And they're scoring a ton of runs here these days. Looking like the Jackson State of old at the plate. Jackson State Southern coming up next. Centoria Black will have the call. And then later, Texas Southern, Bama State. The threat brings it home. Fly ball down the right side is fouling out of play. Somebody caught it down there? A former baseball player. Lip threat brings it home. Call. Third strike on the inside corner. Inning over. So that takes care of Grambling. And that is the 3rd strikeout by Lip Threat. We have played 5 here in Birmingham. 4-1, Bethune Cookman over Grambling. 4-1, Bethune Cookman with the lead. Bethune Cookman, the 3 seed in the East. Grambling, the 2 seed in the West. Bethune Cookman with a 3-run lead. When we come back, the Wildcats will have Escobar, Soulframe, Pena, who hit the 3-run shot. He's coming up after this timeout here on the SWAC Digital Network.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Back here in Birmingham, visit the official tournament central, SWAC.org. You can access game previews, photo galleries, team rosters, stats, live stats, links, and a lot more. Go to SWAC.org for more information. Our producer, James Crenshaw, Charles Edmond here on the cameras, Dez Rogers, Lauren Sutton, Roosevelt Smith. Good evening to everyone out there. This tournament was supposed to start at 9 o'clock this morning. Mother Nature had other plans. We started game one at 12:30. This game was halted for 36 minutes due to rain. Since we resumed at 5:55. And here we are here in the sixth inning. The big blow for Bethune Cookman, a 3-run home run by Boris Pena, who hit 3 home runs during the year. He'll bat third in this inning. The pitch from Page. Chopper on one hop to third. Plenty of time and plenty of throw. One away. As Valoy throws out Escobar. One down. Going to bring up the first baseman, Manny Sofrain, 0 for 1 with a walk. Well, Bethune-Cookman got those 3 runs with 1 out as Patterson flied to center, then a double by Escobar, a walk by Sofrain, and then the 3-run home run. That's the damage. Pitch from Page. Strike called on the outside corner. Coming up next, Jackson State and Southern University. Jackson State out in right field, the indoor batting cage, getting their cuts. Thing for Omar Johnson, one of the storylines for that team. Program last year, they went 24-0, went through the division, got all the way to the championship game, and couldn't close the deal against Southern University. There's a ground ball foul. This year, got off to a really slow start to Jackson State, but they won 6 in a row to end it. It's not how you start, but it's how you finish. And Jackson, with a 3-game sweep over Valley, the last game they played with Valley was down in Biloxi in the Gulf Coast Classic. So Jackson State Southern coming up next. Here's the pitch from Page. Swing and a miss. That's the 5th strikeout by Page. 2 out. It'll bring up the DH, Boris Pena. Struck out in a 3-run home run. Pitch from Page. Fastball strike called. Here's the 0-1. Strike call on the inside corner. 0-2 the count. So Page 1 pitch away from getting out of this 6th inning. Page to Pena. Call, 3rd strike on the inside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts, and he has 6. Side is retired. 5.5 complete. Bethune-Cookman 4, Grambling 1 in the 2nd meeting ever between these two teams. The last meeting was back in 2011. When we come back, top of the lineup for Grambling, Terry Burrell, Jarsifer Parker, and Trevin Hatton. 1, 2, and 3 coming up next here on the SWAC Digital Network.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
Back here live in Birmingham, Alabama, Regions Field. There's a Regions Park, which is in Hoover. That's where the SEC is playing their tournament. And there's a Regions Field, and that's where we are. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bethune Cookman with a 4-1 lead. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Bethune Cookman. There's a ground ball in the hole, a base hit. Burrell, a single, 2 for 3. Leadoff man is on for Grambling. And that's only the second time that's happened in this game. Jarsifer Parker, sacrifice and fly to right for the G-men. Well, you're down 4-1. I'm pretty sure Davin Pierre is going to probably turn Parker loose here. Even though you got innings left. Struggling to get something done against this pitcher. He's swinging away. Pitch is a strike called. Lewis Lipthrat, 5 and 4, 3.98 earned run average during the year. Lipthrat at the belt, runner not going. Pitch just misses, 1-1. Lipthrat has struck out 3. One and one the count. The pitch. Shot off of Lipthrat to short. The throw offline, but tagged out at first. That was a line shot off of Lipthrat too short. And the shortstop Garcia, as you see here, boom, off his left foot, slowed it down. See it with the bare hand. His throw was offline, but his first baseman bailed him out there. Tagged him out. Slow frame. It's 1-6-3. Pitch strike called to Hatton. Hatton grounded out to drive home a run to tie the game at 1, and since he's flied to center. 4-1, Bethune Cookman with the lead. This pitch swing and a miss. 0-2. One swing of the bat's the difference in this game. A 3-run home run by Boris Pena in the 4th inning. Grambling up in the bottom of the 5th. Lipthrat at the belt. Looks back at second, brings it home. There's a shot in the left, base hit. It's held up at third, 1st and 3rd for the G-man. So 2 singles for Grambling. All right, so the tying run is coming to the plate. John Garcia, single to right, grounded to short. Garcia started 50 of the 52 games this year for Grambling. And in a prime spot right here. He hit .403 during the year with 10 home runs. So a big bat at the plate for the G-men. He represents the tying run. Pitch to Garcia high. We'll see here, Coach Pierre, will he send Hatton here? Try to challenge this Bethune-Cookman defense. It's a risk, but will he take it? Hatton, there he goes. Pitch is a strike. The throw cut off. So a stolen base. Burrell stayed right where he was at third. That ball was cut off in front of the bag at second. So now base hit could make it a 1-run game. 1-1 to count to Garcia. The pitch. Fly ball down the right side, and it looks like it's going to land out of play. Count is 1-2. So Garcia wants to extend this inning. Obviously, Lipthrat wants to end this inning. Tying run at the plate, 4-1. Wildcats with the lead. Lipthrat at the belt. Brings it home. Wastes one outside. Just trying to waste it, hoping Garcia would chase. He didn't. Count is 2-2. It's a big at bat here for Grambling. They get these two in, then they obviously feel comfortable about where they are. But a golden opportunity here to bring in two. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Foul straight back. Try to blow a fastball by him. Centauria Black will have the next two. Southern University, Jackson State. Jackson State taking their cuts in the indoor batting cage. And Mike Robb and his 220 stolen bases leading the nation. Texas Southern will put their speed to the test against Bama State later. Lipthrat at the belt brings it home. Chopper over Lipthrat's head to short. He charges, scoops, throws. Got him. So that makes it 4-2. So a 6-3. It's a good play in short. I mean, you've got to break that thing down and make a strong throw. And that's what Garcia did right there. So an RBI ground ball for Garcia to make it 4-2. Hatton at third. And now to bring up Cameron Buford, who's 0 for 2. Struck out and fly to center. 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's the pitch. One hopped. 1-0 the count. Bethune Cookman coming in 2 top 10 pitchers in terms of ERA. Year and a half lost due to COVID. 8 returning players. Head coach Jonathan Hernandez in his 4th season. Lipthrat brings it home. Strike called. Count is 1-1. Runner at third. Grambling a run on 2 hits in this inning. And they're down 4-2. Lipthrat brings it home. Fly ball down the right side. It's fouled and out of play. So Page back out there for Grambling, but Lipthrat 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. And he does. Side is retired, but Grambling gets a run. 2 hits, no errors, and 1 stranded. Grambling has stranded 2, and we have played 6 innings here in Birmingham's Regions Field. Game 2, 6 innings complete. Bethune Cookman leads the Grambling Tigers 4-2. When we come back in the 7th inning, it'll be 7-8-9. Jeremy Garcia leading it off. John Reyes hitting second, and Colton Olassen coming up after this on the SWAC Digital Network.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
Jeremy Garcia, the third baseman, will lead it off. He struck out, grounded to short. Shamar Page, still in for the Grambling Tigers.
Mr. Page is going to be around. I'm sorry I had to step out on you, Charles.
That's
you did a
fine.
good job. You got Graham to run.
I did. I did. This pitch misses. Well, you just previewing this game. Second meeting ever. Grambling 314 as a team, second in average, only behind Texas Southern. You got the number one pitching staff in the league in terms of earned run average, 5.01. One swing of the bat, one bad pitch by Page, and it's still a difference maker, even though Grambling just got a run in the last inning.
And you figure you got 9 more outs to score 2 runs if we could just hold them. And that's what probably Coach Pierre is thinking. Just hold them, baby. We'll get them. Get them for you.
Well, Grambling can hit it, that's for sure. But so far, this offense has kind of been held in check. Ground ball to second, and the throw is there for the first out by Parker as he throws out Garcia, 1 away.
Now, Charles, I didn't mention one problem Grambling has. It's a big dilemma going forward, is that Bethune Cookman bullpen is really top shelf. Mm-hmm. So they have to go in and face some really good arms coming out of the bullpen.
Well, that's that old adage. I mean, you got a lot of big sticks, but you got a lot of good arms.
Yes.
Here's the pitch strike called. And look, I'll say this, and I've talked with different podcasts about this and get your thoughts. I think if you look at the SWAC West and the SWAC East, here's the pitch from Page, blowing inside. In my opinion, I think the SWAC West is bat heavy. The SWAC East is arm heavy, is more pitching, more arms in the East than the West. Texas Southern can score runs. Grambling can score runs. Southern can score runs. Am I wrong in that assessment?
I think your assessment is right on, because it's come out in the stats. One thing what stat gives you and I and anybody else, it gives you a reality of what people have to offer.
Yeah.
You got me? It tells a story. When you read your stats, you're looking at it, it's telling a story. You look at the teams in the East, you say, wow, they don't hit a lot, but they sure do pitch well.
Right.
Then you go to the West, you say, man, they don't pitch well, but they sure hit good.
Yeah.
So those stats help tell a story to us.
Yes, and that's just something that just in breaking down the East and West and the teams on each side. Were you a big stat guy? I mean, were you always looking at the stat sheet, looking at the SWAC players of the week and the numbers during the week? Were you that big into that?
I often tell people, don't be like me and do what I do, because I very rarely looked at stats. I looked at who had the top players that we had to be cautious of, and we go about doing it that way.
Yeah.
And until my assistant coaches would come to me with stats, I really had no reality of but I knew who the good players were.
Yeah.
And I knew who the pitchers were we had to solve and score runs against.
There's a ground ball to third. The throw across, a strong throw, 2 away. 2 down as Valoy throws out Reyes. It'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Colton Olassen. Hit 246 during the regular year. So you were coaching before the word analytics was vogue.
Yeah, and the other thing that I did, and I tell coaches, don't do what I did. I practiced 45 minutes to an hour a day, and that was it. But most coaches need 3 hours or so.
Here's a fly ball to center, and the inning is over. So Page has gotten back on track. And can the offense get it going once again as Burrell hauls it in on the fly ball from Lawson? And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. So Page has set down 7 in a row. So we'll take a break here. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Murphy, Mack, and Gardner coming up. Bottom 7. We'll be back after this on the SWAC.
Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Here in Birmingham, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and a new pitcher as lip threat is done. Joan Gonzalez pitching. He's a 6'3" redshirt sophomore from Port St. Lucie, Florida. And for Gonzalez, he was 3-5 during the year with a 5.05 earned run average and 1 save, and he's just trying to keep it close. The pitch, fastball, strike called. Interesting here, you've got a good pitcher in lip threat, taking out Gonzalez in, and obviously his goal is to keep Grambling right where they are.
Well, I think that's the difference between the strategy here than the coach from Prairie View used, And coach obviously have more confidence in what this kid have done over the total season.
Yeah.
So he looks like he's got 2 good pitches, a moving fastball and a good slider. So we'll see what happens.
Pitch from Gonzalez, swing and a miss.
But I'm telling you, those kids understand that they're going to pitch toward the outside part of the plate. If we watch and chart this whole tournament, 80 to 85 or 90% of the pitches are going to be away. And if we sit here and watch, because the thing is, they can't throw inside and they don't want to hit anyone.
Yeah.
So they pitch toward the outer part of the plate.
Well, Mac stands in.
There he goes. He's going outside. That's where they want to go.
Yeah, Mac, a big swing there. He's 0 for 2. Grounded to second and fly to right. There's a fly ball, shallow right center, and it's going to be caught in center, 2 away. Grambling not getting a lot of quality cuts as Reyes hauls it in, and quickly 2 away.
And that's the key question. Let's bring in another pitcher. Let them see another arm angle. So the coach has got a pretty good game plan.
I think you, and I've seen this, I saw it in softball some. I've seen it throughout the tournament. Coaches sometimes are afraid to make that change, but that's what midweeks are for, and that's what all these games are for.
That's the point I'm making. You just nailed it, Charles. You have to try out before you come into tournament play.
Yeah.
That you have to depend on more than one pitcher.
Gardner 0 for 1 with a walk. This pitch misses, and it's.
See, they're going to pitch everyone away. This is something you have to make sure your kids understand before they come into the tournament also. What is the game plan? What is it you're going to have to solve to be successful? And you're going to have to handle the pitch away.
Do you think because the home plate umpire may be giving the pitchers the outside corner?
In college baseball, that's what they do. And in Major League Baseball, to a large extent, that's what they do. They pitch away because they don't want to hit people.
Yeah. Count is 2-1 to the number 8 hitter Gardner.
See, the inside corner is this small. The outside is, you can miss outside. You can't miss inside, you know. So,
And the count is 3-1 here. So this pitcher Gonzalez got the first two, and now he is behind in the count 3-1 to the number 8 hitter Gardner. Beloy on deck. This is a 4-2 game. Grambling just 4 hits so far in this game. Pitch from Gonzalez. They pitched him away that time.
Charles, you can bet the ranch on it. I know you have a big ranch on it.
I have ranch dressing here, sits in this plate right here. I think that's about the extent of the ranch.
Yeah, you can bet the ranch. They're going to go away.
Beloy stands in. But, yeah, I mean, you're right. What we have seen, and when you think about it, there's in first game, too, a lot of pitches away.
Because that's what they're going to do. Look at here. The catch is outside way. That's what.
And Beloy 0 for 2 stands in for Grambling. 4-2.
Pitching away more so to him because he wants to pull off the ball, too. See that? Look at it. He's already going, you see.
Well, they check it first to see if Beloy went around, and he did. So now he's got to protect the plate here. This is the number 9 hitter. Let's look at it on the replay.
He's already going. Look, his front part is pulling off, and he's see that? Look at here, and they're pitching away.
0-2 the count. Tying run at the plate. Beloy. Waste one outside.
And shows the home run that Pena hit.
Yeah.
Was a pitch that the Grambling pitcher missed over the plate. He left it right in the zone.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it went out the park.
Yeah, he hit that one on the catwalk.
Well, he hit it on the screws. That's the way they used to say. Well,
screws.
it did go on the catwalk, yes.
Yeah, that was hit a long way. This pitch misses. And Grambling's going to have to try to, nickel away at this. I mean, it's just a 4-2 game, Coach. So for all.
One mistake, you could tie it. But so if he could stay on the outer half right here, remember, the hitter is already gone. His power source is already gone. He's pulling off.
Right, here's the 2-2 pitch to Beloy.
There we go, right here.
Blew him away with a fastball.
Yeah.
Foul tip, catcher held it. Side is retired. So 2 strikeouts for Gonzalez, and that takes care of Grambling here in this inning. So we'll take a break here with the score. 4-2. We are in the 8th inning. That's coming up after this timeout. Top of the 8th coming up. Stevens, Garcia, and Patterson coming up in the top of the 8th inning. After this timeout from Birmingham on the SDN. And welcome back. We are in Birmingham, where in this game we had a 36-minute of rain delay, and we're playing on here, playing through. And here we go with the top of the 8th inning here in Birmingham. Bethune Cookman, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they have left 1. Grambling has left 2. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, big swing, and we're underway. Stevens 0 for 3, fly to left, grounded to third, and struck out. Charles Edmond here with Hall of Fame, longtime Southern Jaguar coach Roger Cador on the coverage. This pitch misses. Coach got a text in between half innings. Someone enjoying the broadcast, and we appreciate it. You talked about when you were coach, you only practiced 45 minutes to an hour. Why only 45 minutes to an hour?
That's a good question. People probably thought I was crazy. But I learned something about young people. Attention span. Attention span is quick. And you can get, and my players enjoyed it because we got as much as we could out of them in the quick time that we practiced. You know, we did certain things and we got them in by an hour, we were out of there. And I found out that attention span, kids had shorter attention span. And if you keep going and going, and
a check swing here. He went around. They want to check at first.
it's too late.
No.
Once the umpire called you, you can't check.
The home plate umpire punched him out, Joseph Smith. And Stevens wanted to check it first, but the home plate umpire already got ahead of it. He struck out for the 2nd time. And for Page, that is the 7th strikeout. So Garcia stands in. He's 2 for 3.
And we want to go back to the practice.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I found out that I got much more out of my kids the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes of practice, and then keep going on, and then things start going bad, and you're fussing at them. And that's not good when you're fussing at your kids.
How often did you, I mean, it's good, all the championships and all the success, how often did you fuss at your Jaguar teams with all the great success? I'm sure you did, but it couldn't have been that often.
Couldn't be that often. And they knew I love them. The older guys would say, hey, God, man, coach is only trying to help you. Don't pay him any attention. And it's beautiful when your players tell other players, don't pay the coach any attention.
Oh, yeah.
If he's fussing, you got me?
Yeah. Yeah, Grambling, time called here as Grambling's got a bullpen catcher and a pitcher that's going to head out to the bullpen. The bullpen was empty. And that clearly with Page, and this game's too close for Bethune Cookman to get another run, and with the way Grambling has struggled to score, you kind of see what Coach Pierre is trying to do here. Here's the pitch, foul back.
We did a lot of talking about Grambling hitting. Bethune Cookman has more hit than Grambling.
Yeah.
5-4. So, again, good pitching will usually stop good hitting.
Yeah, that old adage is some things just hold true in this sport, and that's one of them.
That's one of them. It holds true.
Mile high, left side, foul territory. Who wants it? Caught at third. Mile high, could have brought down rain as Valois hauls it in for the 2nd out. It'll bring up the right fielder, Christopher Patterson. You know what, 30 to 45 minutes, that's not a lot of time. I mean, I've seen other teams.
You'll be surprised how much you could get done.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm thinking 30 to 45 minutes by the time you set up the batting cage, you get the fungos ready, you get the baseballs ready, you get the nets ready. That's 45 minutes right there.
You wouldn't. We started at 3:30, and we were gone by 4:30, something to 5. We were out of there.
Wow.
You know?
Oh, here's a fly ball deep left field. This ball is well hit, and this ball is going to be off the wall. Extra bases for Patterson. A stand-up double for Christopher Patterson. He's 2 for 4 with an RBI. That was well hit all the way to the wall. So now the Grambling bullpen, even though it's 2 out.
Nice, easy swing, too. Not a lot of effort in him. That's when you get the bat hit out in front. The bat is already, the ball is supplying the power, so you just meet it out front, and then it does the reverse spin. That's how it comes off the bat.
Well, this is a big sequence here. 2 out, runner at second for Escobar, who doubled, grounded to third, and struck out. Curve, hit him right in the helmet. Inside pitch, hit him in the helmet. He is okay.
Well, first base was open, so it doesn't hurt a lot. You have 2 outs.
Well, home plate umpire coming out to talk with Page.
Yeah, it can't be about too much.
Tried to duck. Oh, yeah, hit him right on the left side of the helmet.
Yeah,
The ball just kind of got away from him.
yeah. It wasn't trying to hit the kid.
No.
It was a curveball, first of all.
Sofrain stands in. 0 for 2 with a walk. Well, this is interesting here. It's already tough for Grambling to score runs. They're down 2, and now the Wildcats have runners on at first and second. Page brings it home. Misses outside. So let's just play this out. I mean, it's a long way to go here. You've had a weather delay. You got the pitcher of the year. If Grambling obviously, doesn't win this game, Page gets pulled. Could he be available, in the not the championship game, but maybe a bracket elimination game in a couple of days? Would that be the plan?
I wouldn't do that to the kid. I mean, he's thrown an awful lot of pitches.
So no matter what, you wouldn't use him again until maybe the bracket final.
1 out, 2 outs.
That's it.
At the back end of a game, 1 or 2 outs.
So he would not start anymore in the tournament.
No.
Page at the belt. 2 on. Whirls back.
I wasn't that hungry to win where I would take a chance and hurt. That's why I never hurt many kids. None of my kids got hurt because I didn't overuse them.
Yeah.
You got me? And I was very cautious of that. I wanted, again.
Here's the pitch. Fastball strike call on the inside corner to Sofrain. Big moment in this game. Throw to second. It's a big moment in this game here. Runs are already hard to come by for Grambling. They're down a couple, trying to scratch out a run or so, but they're down 2, and they don't want to fall any further behind. The count is 2-1 to Sofrain.
Because the outs are limited. You're down to 6 out, Grambling, and you need to get a big out right here.
Here's the 2-1.
I don't know why he keeps looking at the runner at second base. He's got the catcher with the best arm I've seen in college. Ain't nobody running. Just get your sign, give him one look, go get the hitter.
I will often wonder that. I mean, you have the lead. You don't want to run yourself out of an inning.
Yeah. Plus, they know the catcher is the best catcher in America with the greatest arm. He ain't running on that guy.
Here's the 2-2. Off speed, watch it sail low.
That's a good pitch, though.
Yeah.
That was a good pitch.
Laid off of it, as they say, good eye. He laid off of a pretty good off-speed pitch, and now they'll be running here with 2 out.
That's what you didn't want to get into, that situation, because now the greatest catcher in the world can't stop him from running.
They'll be running here.
Yeah.
Here's the 3-2. Fly ball in the deep left center field. This ball is well hit, and this ball is a diving catch in center field. Maybe a game-saving diving catch by Burrell. Side is retired. Man, he got on it, and he hauled it in. That's one for the highlight reel. That would have saved 2 and maybe the game for the G-men. Let's take a look at it right here.
Did a little bad turn here. See that right here? Then he realized, I got to go get it. See? And he turned it on.
Great catch.
Yeah.
Loses the hat. Didn't lose the ball or the glove. Lost the glasses. Side is retired. Put a circle around that play. We'll take a break here. Bottom of the 8th inning. A double, a batter hit, 2 stranded for the Wildcats, and they have left 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2. Wildcats with the lead. We'll be back after this on the SWAC Digital Network.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Low-scoring games here. 5-4 FAMU, game 1. 4-2 Bethune Cookman here in game 2. Did anyone see that coming as we get to the bottom of the 8th inning? First pitch, strike called as for the G-men. Top of the lineup coming up for Grambling. 1, 2, and 3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Time called here.
Something happened.
I think there's a delay here.
Yeah, because they changed the pitch from a strike to a ball. Yeah.
Oh, there's a music blaring in the background.
Yeah, he called it a ball.
The
Nice
pitch strike call, 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music had been blaring a little bit for the last few innings.
Okay.
1-1 the count. Pitch
Now,
strike call from Joan Gonzalez.
We were talking about Grambling here. That Bethune Cookman that has better swings than Grambling, which is ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is a Bethune Cookman type of game. 4-2, low
yeah.
scoring.
Yes.
I mean, Grambling, they can hit the cover off the baseball, but so far, through the first 8 innings in their SWAC tournament here in 2022, just 4 hits. Bethune Cookman has out-hit Grambling 6-4. Pitch up and in.
Not very many good quality swings.
Yeah. Grambling's had to kind of earn everything they've had. Just one big bat. Boris Pena in the 4th inning, a 3-run home run. Difference in this game. A late swing and a miss here.
That's not a good swing. With 2 strikes, you're trying to put the ball in play, fighting it off.
Grambling hitters have struck out 8 times. 1 away. It'll bring up the third baseman. Oh, looks like there's a pitch up and in, ball 1.
They have a lot of life on his pitches. Gonzalez, his ball is running in on him.
Parker at the plate. This pitch misses. Parker hit into a 1-6-3. Went off the pitcher's foot to short. Sacrifice and fly to right. He's 0 for 3. This pitch inside. The count is 3-0. Grambling gets a base runner on. It'll bring up the potential tying run.
And bases on balls were proven to be disasters in game 1. So let's see what happens here.
This pitch strike called. And for Grambling, they have only been issued 2 walks in this game, Coach Kador.
What happened? The umpire did something at first. He must have. Either he went to his mouth or something.
And here comes Wildcats head coach here and trying to get an explanation of what happened right there. Jonathan Hernandez didn't like the call, and now he'll try to settle down his pitcher, Joan Gonzalez. So Grambling has the tying run on. And he's just trying to settle everybody down and get everybody refocused In a game like this, every little thing can be unnerving, Coach Kador.
Yes.
When you thought you had an out there, the home plate umpire coming out.
Well, it's something about his foot on the rubber. It has something to do with him, with his place of the foot on the rubber.
I was talking with a coach the other day. These conversations, sometimes as a coach you go out there just to have the home plate umpire come out.
Yeah.
It buys you some more seconds.
Yes. And you might want to say something to him. Let him know how much you enjoy his calling. It even helps and say, I love you. So.
I know you didn't say that, Coach. Patting at the plate, pitch inside. Well, you might have, Coach. You were friendly, a friendly, passionate, intense coach. So I wouldn't be surprised if
I
you
said
said
a lot of good things to him.
Well, the tying run is on. This pitch here, swing and a miss. Hatton, ground ball, drove home a run, flied to center, stole a base, and singled. So he's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a stolen base. Tying run at the plate. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch, swing and a miss.
Pulling off too much. They're going to pound that outside corner when you pull off so much,
Count is 1-2. Jackson State Southern coming up next.
It's a big game.
1-2.
Right
Call,
there.
third strike, and
Right
Hatton didn't
there.
like it.
You should have liked it. It was right there.
Hatton didn't like that call, third strike.
Well, none of them like it when they don't swing it, but that was a really good pitch.
Grambling has struck out 8 times. This pitch strike called to Garcia. Garcia.
Oh, you calling a balk.
So a
Garcia,
balk.
They tell it it's not that hard to just stop.
So that puts a runner in scoring position.
Yeah.
You have to pause at the belt.
Yeah. What? Okay, that's better.
This pitch strike called. How unnerving is that, Coach, for a pitcher? You're in a rhythm right now, and you've had a ball call that put a runner at first, and then a balk call, which has kind of helped extend this inning a little bit.
Yeah. Now he's doing better.
This pitch, late swing and a miss. And Coach Garcia has not, the Tigers have had an issue with Gonzalez, especially Garcia here, as the count is 0-2.
Well, I expect him to spin something off the plate here. He's got him where he want him, so there's no need to throw a fastball, so he's going to throw him a slider off. There you go. The catch is out there.
This pitch just missed.
Yeah, just missed.
1-2.
He's got him where he want him,
And sometimes pitchers do waste pitches or just try to catch you, maybe get you chasing, leaning, something on the outer half.
Well, he doesn't want to throw him a strike here. He wants to throw him something off the plate. See, this guy have gotten closer to the plate, though. I got to give him credit.
Here's a 1-2.
See that he's punching, he's fighting. I have to give Garcia credit. He's made the adjustment that none of his teammates were willing to do. Look where he's at, on top of the plate. See that? He's closer to the plate, giving him a chance.
What can he do with it, with this adjustment?
Okay, here we go, the outside corner.
Misses outside. 2-2. Chess match is on, Coach.
It is.
Grambling is down to their final 4 outs. First game.
If he goes after Garcia here with a fastball, Garcia can't hurt him. So my thing is, you've tried the slider. I would go fastball here. It can't hurt you.
Here it comes. Boom.
There
There's
it
a
is.
base hit in the right field. Runner being waved around, and it's a 4-3 ball game.
Well, I said he couldn't hurt him, but he jammed him. See, he made the adjustment. He got closer to the plate.
So it's 4-3. Here comes Grambling. Chipping away. Running the 6th, running the 8th. 4-3. Runner at first. Cameron
The bark
Buford.
really hurt the kid. The bark really
Yes.
mistakes, man. You can't make mistakes in a close game.
Yeah, that balk is huge. And moved the runner to second, and a base hit by Garcia
Yeah.
makes it a one-run game.
And there was no need for him to balk. He's not trying to steal.
Won the count. Cam Buford, all conference. 327 during the year with 51 runs batted in.
See, the coach is sick and tired of him. He's swinging with the ball off the plate. He's shaking his head. You know, I've been there, coach. I know. I've been
So what
there.
is this conversation?
Man, you can't take that kind of swing. You're pulling off of the ball. I could hear what he's saying. I mean, just look at him pull off the ball.
Grambling with a run in this 8th.
He still won't get close to the plate. It's amazing. It's amazing. His teammate just had success.
Pitch from Gonzalez. This is outside. Bethune Cookman's got a pitcher in the bullpen warming up. Grambling's got some activity in the bullpen in left center.
Grambling doesn't want to go there.
With this being a one-run game, would Page get back out there for the 9th? This pitch swing and a miss.
Look at his top part of the body. It's flying up, open. And, you know, they're going to show it right here. Watch it, watch. Watch how he's open up. See, look. Can't hit it that way. They're going to throw you outside. He's going back out there.
Pitch from Gonzalez, popped up, right side, should end the inning. In foul territory, right off the line, hauled in at first. Side is retired as Sofrain hauls it in, but Grambling gets a run on a hit. The balk helped, and one stranded. Grambling has left 4. The Wildcats have left 3. And we go to the 9th inning with the score 4-3. Bethune Cookman, another nail biter here in Birmingham. When we come back, 6, 7, and 8. Pena, who had the 3-run home run, is the difference in this game right now. Garcia and Reyes coming up. Don't go anywhere.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
All right, welcome back. We are in the 9th inning with the score 4-3 Bethune-Cookman. The SWAC has just made some schedule adjustments the rest of this evening. The next game, which is Jackson State and Southern, will be played 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. Game 4, which will feature Texas Southern and Alabama State, will be played tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., weather permitting. So only one more game here tonight, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow with Texas Southern and Alabama State. So just 3 games tonight. Obviously, they're looking at the weather. Some more rain is expected. And then tomorrow is going to be interesting weather-wise as well. So they're trying to work around Mother Nature. As they say, Mother Nature's always undefeated. The SWAC is doing what they can. But as it stands now, one more game tonight. Jackson State, Southern, 30 minutes after this game, and that will do it for day 1. We'll pick it up tomorrow at 9 a.m. with Texas Southern and Bama State. Here's a fly ball foul. Well, I tell you what, Coach Kador. All right, this is the SWAC tournament for Texas Southern and Bama State. I mean, they were kind of ready to go tonight. Now, all of a sudden, a little bit of a break for them because we could be playing 10 o'clock, starting that game. But now they play in the morning, so they get a chance to kind of get a little bit of rest. Does that help? Does it hurt, or does it even matter?
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still going to have to, one team got to win, and one team has got to lose.
This is a mile high, straight up the chute.
Could be trouble.
And it's going to be caught at second. Overran the ball, but caught at second by Parker. 1 out. Well, obviously, Page is still in there, Coach.
What did you expect? Hey, man, you got a coach that's trying to, win. He's an interim coach. He's trying to win, and he's going to go to the end with his best pitcher.
And he has pitched, other than that one swing, one bad pitch to Pena. How would you grade Page's performance?
He got an A. He's pitched well. Just one bad pitch.
Page
but
is only
this
giving
is
up
what
6
the
hits.
game is about.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the mistake.
And even with the 36-minute delay, it didn't bother him at all. He just picked up, even though he had the one bad pitch, he still has hung in.
Yeah.
And that's what a veteran does. I'm sure there was no way Coach Pierre was going to take him out of the game. That's just my guess.
I pretty much told you that. What are you? It's like you're going to trade something. Okay? I've got a diamond ring, and you think I'm going to trade that diamond ring for this bottle of juice?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, this is often what I used to talk to my team about.
Yeah.
Everything is about a trade-off.
Yeah.
What am I trading off for?
Yeah.
And it helped paint a picture that they could understand and make themselves more valuable.
Well, I guess as a layman like myself, the trade-off is you save as much juice in the can of Page as possible for later on.
Well, he had nothing better to trade for him in that bullpen to make it simpler. Whatever is in that bullpen wasn't gonna add up to what he's got on that mound.
Yeah, and clearly, I mean, it's close enough, and you got a veteran who's been there, done that, and he feels confident, obviously, Coach Pierre, that Page can get through it, and so far he has. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Top of the 9th inning. This pitch is inside.
And I'm going to tell a story about a kid that I had through 266 pitches.
In one game? Wow. That's a story worth telling.
I never imagined I could ever do that, but I'm going to tell a story. The kid wouldn't throw the ball more than 70 miles per hour, which is one in the reason. And he had a great curveball that night. Mm-hmm. We were playing LSU in Zephyrs Stadium. And every time I went to take him out, he said, "You could come out and talk, but you're not getting this ball."
It's a ground ball to short. In other words, he wasn't coming out of the game. 2 out.
Yeah, he told me, "You can come out here, but you're not getting this ball."
266 pitches in one night against LSU. What was the score of the game?
They ended up beating them. We had them beat because I had a boy hit a ball and he beat the throw to first by this much. And he was already crossing. The guy was scoring which would have won the game because we were the home team.
Yeah.
And the umpire called the coach out. That was death threats put on that man's life.
Wow.
And he called, he said, Coach, I have to apologize. I actually called your coach out. He said, I made the pressure. He said, the pressure was so big.
Yeah.
I messed that up. And I forgave him. I said, man, it's just a game, don't worry. The kids took it hard. It was difficult. That would happen in 1999.
Wow.
I said, the kids took it hard, but, you know.
And that game was in was that Alex Box?
No, it was at Zephyr Stadium.
Oh, I'm sorry, you did say Zephyr
New
Stadium,
Orleans,
yes.
yeah.
And since that time, you know, LSU has actually been to Southern a couple of times to play a game.
Yeah, right.
I was glad to see that.
You know the moral of that, the game lasted so late. We played way close to midnight, and there was nowhere to eat. So the kids said, "We're not going to eat." We drove home. I gave them the money.
Wow.
We went on and won the conference championship that year.
There's a chopper to the right side, foul.
It brought the team together. That's why I tell people, defeat and agony it's not always bad. What that did, it brought the team, they didn't say a word.
Galvanized them.
Yeah, on the bus going home. It brought them closer together.
Here's the pitch. Just got a piece of it and fouled it back. Good battle here between Reyes and Page.
And we never made a big issue of that. A lot of people would have found fault. It wasn't going to give us the game back. We had to move forward.
There's
This
another
kid
foul.
is really battling up there, which is agonizing for Page. You need to get him out, get in the dugout, and hopefully y'all score 2 runs and you win the game.
Just try to keep it right where it is. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. So once again, announcement just coming down minutes ago from the SWAC. We will play one more game tonight, and that's Southern and Jackson State. And that'll be it for tonight. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, it will be Bama State and Texas Southern. Here's a shot to second. Inning over, and what a job by Page. Getting out of some jams and some tough situations. And now Grambling needs 1 to tie, 2 to win it as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning here in Birmingham. 4-3, Bethune Cookman in their first tournament game as a member of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, leading Grambling. We'll take a break here. Bottom of the 9th coming up. This is the SWAC Digital Network.
Well, they're not going to
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Grambling hanging around, Shamar Page going all the way, pitching tough. And now can his offense crank out a couple, or at least get into extra innings? First pitch. This is ball 1. We're underway here in the bottom of the 9th inning. LaMarcus Jones pinch hitting for Grambling. We are in the bottom of the ninth inning. Coach Cador, is this what you expected? This low-scoring game here.
Well, I did mention to you that all of these Friday night games, pitchers are going to be low-scoring games for the most part. And then you questioned me about Jackson and Southern, and I said I expect the same thing.
Well, that game's coming up, and LaMarcus Jones pitch up and in, and his chin couldn't catch up with it. One out, Grambling down to their final 2 outs.
I'm amazed that Gremlins have just tried to pull everything.
Mack at the plate. The DH 0 for 3, grounded to second. Here's a line shot, base hit right center field. Mack on base for the first time. We're going to get a pinch runner here in this 4-3 game. I'm assuming that they will. Kind of get some speed on the bases. And now we got a pinch runner coming up here for Grambling. Leandre Turner, utility player, will pinch run.
I could tell his eyes are big. Look how wide open his eyes are. Andre Turner. DeAndre. I always worry when the kid's eyes are that big.
Well, he represents
the
tying run. And at the plate, Aries Gardner represents the winning run. The pitch. He was jammed and fought it off and fouled it off. Gardner's walked twice, struck out once. The number 8 hitter for Grambling. It's been another good low-scoring game here in the tournament. Hits are even at 6. The difference in this game, 3-run home run by Boris Pena, who had 3 home runs during the year.
This situation is made for Gardner. It's made for you, Gardner.
This pitch misses outside. The Wildcats led 4-1, but Grambling has chipped away. A run in the 6th, a run in the 8th. They have the tying run in the 9th. The go-ahead run at the plate here in the 9th. 4-3, Wildcats. Gonzalez trying to close it. Here's the pitch. Strike call on the outside corner.
This is a situation made for you, Gardner, but you got to swing the bat, and you can't try to pull it.
1-2 the count. Grambling trying to find a way to stay alive. Gardner's got to protect the plate. The pitch. Chopper to the pitcher. He bobbles it. Throws, close, save at first.
If he had thrown it soon, he had him.
Well, they were thinking 2.
Yeah, but even
couldn't
after
get 1.
Even after he drop it, if he picks it right off, watch. See? Okay, right there, throw it. He waited, you see.
So Grambling with 2 on, and now we might have a look at this. Again, they'll huddle up and see if this is worth reviewing.
No.
Oh, safe by a mile.
Yeah.
They're going to look at it. They're going to look at it, but it's not going to change anything. Clearly, I mean, look, at this point in the game, what have you got to lose but to take a look at it?
Yeah.
I mean, right here.
Boy, this is the kind of stuff coaches cringe. You just get it out.
You're cringing right now, Coach Cador.
Yeah, get it out.
I mean, he stumbled right off the bat. He stumbled forward, then stumbled back a little bit. He bobbled the ball. I wonder what he was thinking, too.
That's what happened when you got little guys skinny with big pants on. The wind catches the pants.
Oh, no. Coach Cador providing an excuse here.
Hey, man, the wind got the hold of the pants.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that one.
Yeah, he's safe.
Of course, they're taking a look at it here again. The umpires are looking at this just like you are. So they've looked at it. I think it's a quick review and safe. So Grambling is still alive. So now the winning run is at first.
And another pinch runner look like.
Dalen Ardoin will pinch run. So Ardoin, pinch runner here. Valoy at the plate, the number 9 hitter.
You got to live for these situations.
Yeah, Valoy, no home runs. And now the number 9 hitter steps in.
I don't know why that first baseman is playing that close. Why? Why? He ain't bunting. It's 1 out. See, those are the kind of things that create problems for you defensively.
Valoy 0 for 3. Has struck out twice, grounded to short. Swing and a miss. Tension, pressure here in the 9th inning. Grambling.
Third baseman back a little. First baseman should be playing behind the runner, but they're not.
Here's the 0-1. 0-2, pull the string. Bottom of the 9th inning.
Okay, the first baseman did get back some. The third baseman got back. You've got to try and knock balls down right here, Charles. That's why you're playing back, so you could have a better chance of knocking the ball down. Keep the run from scoring.
Pitch from Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. Valoy goes down on 3 pitches. He has struck out 3 straight times. He's 0 for 4. And Grambling has struck out 9 times as a team here in this first game of the 2022 tournament. And now it comes down to this. Top of the lineup, Coach Kador, and I think you would agree that if it comes down to it, you got your leadoff man on with 2 on.
You got a better hitter up there. He's going to fight a little.
This pitch strike call. Burrell 2 for 4, singled twice, struck out once, fly to right. 2 for 4. Runners on at first and second. 2 out. 4-3. Grambling trailing here. Base hit could tie it. They're playing medium depth for potential play at the plate. Burrell brings it home. Swing and a miss. So Gonzalez and the Wildcats are down to their final pitch. The Tigers are down to their final pitch. 0-2 the count to the third baseman, Terry Burrell. 4-3, Bethune Cookman. We had an extra inning game in game 1. This game coming down to the final pitch, a 1-run game in the bottom of the 9th. Here is the 0-2 from Gonzalez. Up and in, 1-2.
That's enough to scare him off the plate some. He's so far off the plate. Why can't he get closer and fight? Put the ball in play. See, and you make the pitcher pitch further away if you get closer to the plate. Let's see what happens here. He's going to go in the outside corner.
The pitch, swing and a miss. And the Wildcats have won it 4-3 as Burrell strikes out. Grambling batters have struck out 10 times in this game. This Grambling team hit .314 during the regular year, number 2 behind Texas Southern. Grambling with 3 runs on 6 hits. Bethune-Cookman hangs on. They led 4-1 after the 3-run home run by Pena in the 4th. Grambling gets runs in the 6th and 8th and come up short. They strand 2 runners in the 9th. Grambling strands 6 for the game. And so now, Grambling in the loser's bracket here in this game number 2. The loser of game 2, which is Grambling, will play tomorrow at noon. The winner, obviously, of game 2 will play at 6 o'clock. Now, again, this is the regular schedule, but I have a feeling it'll probably change because of the fact that there's only one more game here tonight. They'll pick up game 4 tomorrow, so this schedule will probably change after tonight's action. So, Coach Kador, here we are, halfway through day 1, 4-3 and 5-4. I thought this could be one of the highest scoring SWAC days. It still might be. It's still early. But game 1, you said it. Your number 1 arms, your best arms, typically that equates to low scoring games.
That's right. And I expect the same thing when Southern plays Jackson. And it's got history. If we could pull up the stat historically, that's what it has been in the last few years.
Yeah.
Low scoring game when your number 1 arms pitches, and the scores steadily goes up as we go down into the bullpen. The third and fourth arm, score goes up.
Well, are you ready for your Jags and Jackson State? Do I need to stick around here and just watch? We need to keep a camera on Coach Kador. Oh, he's taking a deep breath, folks.
I don't think you need to watch me. I think Coach Crenshaw.
Is the adrenaline flowing right now for you?
No.
No?
I think it's up to Chris to have them prepared to play.
Chris Crenshaw, the coach of Southern.
My job preparing them is all over with.
Well, I'm going to get my popcorn and my fruit, and there's some popcorn downstairs. I'm going to sure get it, and I'm going to enjoy it. And listen to you and Centoria Black bring home the final game today. Once again, the breaking news from the SWAC conference. This will be the final game today. It'll start in 30 minutes. Jackson State and Southern. That'll be the final game today. Bama State, Texas Southern would be game 4 tonight, but that game will be now tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. That just came down from the SWAC office moments ago. So 2 good games here. 5-4, FAMU beating Prairie, and 4-3, Bethune Cookman with a 4-3 win over Grambling. So the winner of game 2, obviously, which is Bethune Cookman, will play at 6. Grambling will play the loser of Texas Southern and Bama State, but that game's scheduled at noon, so we'll see how the schedule plays out with only one more game. Everything kind of pushed around schedule-wise. So there will be some changes, we think, and we'll definitely let you know.
Just got a call.
Okay.
And it's from Jasmine. She said that they're going to try and prep the field. That may be another front coming in again, and they're going to wait and see what happens. So they don't want to make a big issue right now, but they're going to see what happens with once they get through prepping the field about the start of this game.
Okay, so that could be a delay here. Of course, they're watching the weather, and of course, the SEC tournament right down the way here in Hoover, which is about 25 minutes from where we are. So what the SEC is doing, what the SWAC is doing, just kind of mirroring each other just to make sure to be ahead of the weather. Is that going to be the end of it? Oh, okay, that will be the wrap-up of this game. James Crenshaw said, get out of here. So I'm going to do what my producer tells me. All right, so 30 minutes from now, Centoria Black, Roger Kador will have Jackson State and Southern University. Coach Kador is going to take a break, and we'll see how it goes here. I'm Charles Edmond. It's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I will, tomorrow. Whenever these games pick up tomorrow, maybe at noon, I'll be here for that. Final score, 4-3, Bethune Cookman over Grambling. Game 3, Jackson Southern, coming up in 30 minutes here on the SWAC Digital Network.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.